next half hour with me and Liza. We've heard about that you've had throat surgery. How are you feeling? How are you doing? Billy says you're doing great.
Oh, but thank you, darling.
But how are you feeling?
Something to think about.
With love, life, and music with the legendary Liza Minnelli and her best friend.
Above all, I want more.
My girl's got something to talk about.
There's a difference in the air today. We are very, very psyched. We have a very special show for you today filled with musical performances. I will not be singing today because I have a cold. I'm so sorry. Intimate conversations with living legend Liza Minnelli. Love Liza. And her closest friend and confidant, that would be Mr. Billy Stritch. Behind every legend is a creative force, Mr. Billy Stritch. Hey, Billy. You're a very busy boy.
I try to stay busy, yeah.
Now, I want people to know you were nominated for a Grammy working with Liza on Gently.
Right.
And I'm wondering, it must be quite a thrill to work with her, is it not?
It's an unbelievable, I can't even describe how fortunate and how grateful that experience has been for me. Because there's nobody better.
That's what I know. We saw her about an hour ago, and she first arrived. You're right, she's in a league all by herself. And you've heard all the recent reports that she's not feeling well, she's not looking so great, she's not doing very well. As her very close friend and confidant who sees her on a regular basis, what do you say about that?
Well, people are about to see how untrue all of that stuff is. You know, I just have to say something because I know it's something that Liza would never say herself because she's been raised not to go to that level. Yeah, she's exactly.
Yeah.
But you know, I think so many of the publications that are successful today sell their papers by making up things, and that kind of negativity is very disturbing to me, especially when I'm so close with somebody and I know how hard they work and how good they work and how true and loyal they are. I couldn't ask for a better best friend than the lady that we're about to meet.
All right,
and,
that's a great setup for her. We're so happy to hear you say that about Liza. Now, you can see for yourselves, ladies and gentlemen, Liza with a Z. Come on out, Liza Minnelli. Hey, Billy, she looks just like Liza Minnelli.
What did I say?
You know, we've heard about that you've had throat surgery. How are you feeling? How are you doing? Billy says you're doing great.
Oh, but thank you, darling. Thank you.
But how are you feeling? How's your throat, your health?
Oh, I'm fine, but, you know, nobody told me. It's so funny. I guess people, they don't want to upset you in a way, so they don't tell you the worst. I'd rather know the worst that can happen.
Me too.
And then work
Me
backwards.
too.
Well,
Me
and
too.
also, you know, Liza earlier this year went through throat surgery on her vocal cords, and what nobody would tell us at the time, I found out later because I actually went to her doctor and asked, and I went to other doctors and asked. But what nobody told us at the time was that when people go through that, it's usually a year before they're able to come back and be the singer that they were before. And she's been out there all summer long trying, because Liza comes from the tradition of that the show must go on.
Yeah.
And if there's ever anybody that doesn't want to disappoint her fans, it's Liza.
This woman. Did they tell you that your voice would be as strong, because your voice is sensational, did they tell you that your voice would be as strong as it always is? Or
well, we've been working every day just vocalizing and on new songs, and I tell you, the voice that I'm hearing from Liza is going to be, the range is going to be bigger, higher notes. I mean, I'm hearing her sing better than I've ever heard.
Oh, you don't know. He's the worst critic. I mean, I sing.
I mean, I don't say that just to say it, because I'm very discerning and I'm very critical.
And you're very,
Oh, really? I mean, he's really the one person I trust because nothing is really good enough for him unless it's perfect.
And he's very honest with you, I've heard.
Absolutely,
I've heard that
yes.
he's very honest. How did you two meet?
I was working at a piano bar playing 4 hours a night, taking requests. All of a sudden, I'm in the middle of playing the next song, and I see her walking toward me, and I'm going, she comes over, and it was so, and she said, hi, I'm Liza. And I'm like, duh.
Duh. I understand what you're saying. She walks in, hi, I'm Liza. I go, I'm Gail. I'm Gail.
Right. But you know, it's me. I was trying to be so cool. And
Oh, I
calm
understand.
And,
I understand.
It's nice to meet you. But inside I'm going,
Well, let's get an idea what impressed Liza so much that day.
This is a song that's from my new album. I did a new album of Brazilian music. It's just called I Don't Want to Be Away From You.
But you wrote it.
I wrote it.
It's
yes.
wonderful.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Throw away the clock, I don't even care. We could stay right here and not go anywhere. Let's turn off the phone, pretend we're not at home. How'd you like to drop right out of sight? And take the day to hold each other tight. 'Cause I don't wanna be away from you. I don't care if the sky is black or blue. There's 1,000 things that I'm supposed to do, but I don't want to be away.
Coming up, Liza talks about growing up with Judy Garland.
Do you watch Wizard of Oz?
You?
Yes. When you think Liza Minnelli, you think big. You think big eyes, big voice. You think big star.
Big scarf.
Look at that. Yeah. We were looking at all those pieces, all those pictures, and I said to Liza, what do you think when you look at that picture? She said, I think I'm old. Because it must conjure up, I mean, it conjured up memories for me. What's it like for you to look at that and look at your life played out that way?
I don't know. It seems so odd because in a way I feel like I'm just starting.
Yeah.
And in another way I feel like I've been around forever. Must feel the same way to you.
But what was your life like, Liza, when you were growing up as a kid? You know, you were known as Judy Garland's daughter, and people wonder about the life that you led when you're little. What was that like?
Well, I wasn't really, because growing up in Hollywood, everybody was somebody's kid, you know. And so we all had famous parents.
So it's not like that was a big deal?
No, because everybody's mom or dad was famous in one way or another. And in fact, I was no different than anybody else. I didn't realize how different my life was until I moved away from home. And started to make it on my own.
I'm wondering about, when we think about you, of course we do think about your mom, and in the piece it said that it's been written that you two performed in 1964, and that she was jealous. Was she jealous of you? Do you know?
No, but I mean, imagine, it must have been extraordinary. Here's my mom, who knows I can dance, so I'm safe if I'm dancing, right? But she doesn't know if I can sing or not. I never wanted to be a singer. I wanted to be a dancer, an actress, and so the first time she ever really heard me was my first album that I played for her when I went over there at that particular time. And she said, I have to make this stupid comeback again. She said, I can't sit down for 20 minutes without somebody saying make a comeback. So I have to, you want to do it with me? I said, oh no, Mama, get Peggy Lee or somebody good, you know. And she said, no, come on, you do it with me, it'll be fun. And I said, no, I really don't want. I'm not that good, you know? And I can't stand there and sing like you, Ma, you know. And she gave up way too easily, as far as I was concerned. Right. And 2 days later, I read it in the headlines that I was performing with her. So she had announced it to the press.
Before she'd asked you.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, okay.
But I know she was so funny about it like that. That's the way she wanted it, and Mama got what she wanted, you know. She was,
yeah.
And she was wonderfully funny about it, and it ended up being one of the great experiences of my life.
Did she think you were good?
Oh, yes, and she
Yeah.
was so supportive.
Yeah.
And so was my father.
Yeah.
I had wonderful parents.
Do you watch Wizard of Oz?
You?
Yes. I have two children who are 11 and 10, and we watch it.
Isn't
and
it
I love-
extraordinary?
Yes. I mean, it still holds after all
I
this
know,
time.
it's just
Isn't
that
that
they really
unbelievable?
made this movie that just really...
Well, I have a
on and
niece
on.
who got into this movie when she was about 4 years old, and then that Christmas, the niece met Liza, and it was so hard
Oh,
to
I
try to
bet.
explain that this one was her daughter.
Yes. Oh, yes.
No way
Oh, I'll
that
bet.
a 5-year-old, a 4-year-old could grasp
Oh, no,
that.
no.
Yeah. Do you watch it?
This
though?
is
I'm
Dorothy's daughter. And the kid went,
Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. I mean, because your little dog, and I'm not even trying to be funny, but your little dog kind of looks like Toto.
oh, Lily?
Can we bring Lily? Can we bring
I
Lily?
didn't know
Lily,
it's
come.
such a...
Lily, come.
Lily, call mommy.
Lily, come. Lily,
Come
come.
see mommy.
Lily, come.
Lily, come.
Here,
Lily, come.
Lily, come.
Isn't this Toto?
Oh, Lily. Come here, Angel. Yes.
Looks like Toto to me, sort of, kind of.
No, wait a minute. I think, you know something? I think I got this dog as a defense mechanism.
What do you mean as a
Well,
defense?
I think I got so tired of saying, no, it's Liza, not Lisa.
Yeah.
That if I could just say it's Lily, not Toto, maybe it would.
I understand. But Liza, how are you doing today? We talked about, I'm wondering about you personally. Are you happy? Are you in love? I'm not talking about Billy love, but I mean,
no,
is there
no,
another
no.
guy in your life? Do you, is there someone that you
No,
just
there's
think,
several people that I see that I enjoy tremendously, who are wonderful, intelligent, you know, charming men. And
see, I think it would be
I
tough
have
to
a-
ask
I
you
have a
for a
good
date.
life.
I think it would be tough to ask you for a date.
yeah, no.
So you would say Liza Minnelli's happy today? Is that fair to say?
Oh, yes.
I just want to double
good,
check.
Johnny, yes,
that
of
you're happy.
course. And
glad-
you.
Well, Liza. I am happy, but as I have mentioned, I am available. You got anybody you want to fix me
I
up
think
with?
it'd be tough to ask you for a date, too.
No,
Yes.
but I'm really nice. You can tell people
I
I'm really
know.
nice. I'm a fun date.
She's really nice.
We'll be back.
Oh,
with
it's so
Liza.
funny you tried to get out. See, you can say we'll go to a commercial. How do you do that with the waiter?
Nobody wants to hear about my life. We'll be back with Liza and Billy and questions from listeners.
Liza sings next.
Come to mama, come to mama too.
We've got something to talk about, something to think about, something to laugh about.
That's what we're calling today's show, Love, Life, and Music. We think that sums up Liza and Billy very well. We're visiting with Miss Liza Minnelli and her best friend, musician Billy Stritch. Wondering, do you have a favorite song? Because anybody out here can pick one of your favorite songs. But do you have a favorite song for yourself?
Well, I learned all of these songs when I was a kid. My parents had the most extraordinary record collection, you know, in the world. They really did.
I can't imagine.
It was really swell. So I was exposed to some pretty good music.
I remember a trip that we took the first summer that we knew each other to the south of France. And we packed along the tapes that we wanted to have. We rented a little 2-seater Mercedes and drove along the coastline. And I'd never been, it was another example of Liza showing the world to me. And we got to a place and Liza said, pull over here. And we put on Embraceable You. And I said, why are we stopping here and why are we listening to this song? And she said when her father passed away, she came to visit that very spot and she put some of his ashes in this spot in Villefranche, a very beautiful place right there. And it was his favorite song. It was actually his and Judy's.
In fact, this was my parents' favorite song. Embrace me, my sweet, embrace irreplaceable you. Embrace me, you irreplaceable you. Just one look at you, my heart grew gypsy in me. You and you alone bring out the gypsy in me. I love all the many charms about you. Above all, I want my arms about you. Don't be a naughty baby. Come to mama. Come to mama too, my sweet, embraceable you.
Billy's CD, if you don't mind me mentioning it one more time, is Waters of March. And Liza just told me that they're working on something else together, and it's going to be called, what is it?
Well,
tell them.
You better announce it.
Tell them the name of it.
It's going to be called Desire.
Desire.
And that's our new album.
That's a nice way to end the show, Desire. Thank you both so
Thank
much.
you.
This was very special for us today.
For us too.
We'll see. Was it special
Yes.
for you?
Oh, it was
Thanks.
wonderful. Oh, isn't it Drench's
Thank you. Thank you. It's a love fest. We'll see you next time. Take it easy.
On the next Gayle King Show, incredible stories of love and devotion and how to create your own romantic love story.